We continue now with our theme of highlights from TalkBack. This is installment 33. In our last installment, installment 32, we discussed the subject matter of double tapping to play, pause, or resume media. Today we'll be talking about the double tapping and holding. For today's demonstration, I'll be utilizing my Pixel 4 running Android 12 and TalkBack 12.1. For speech services, I am using the Google Speech Services. I am on my home screen now and will now tap with 3 fingers to activate the TalkBack menu.
TalkBack menu.
I am in the TalkBack menu, and the next item I'm looking for here is the TalkBack settings. I'll now find and tap on TalkBack settings.
TalkBack settings in list.
Here is TalkBack settings, and I'll tap here to activate it.
TalkBack settings. Navigate up button out of list.
I am now in the TalkBack settings. The next thing I would like to do is to scroll down the page. To scroll down the page, what you need to do is put 2 fingers in the middle of the phone, then gliding those fingers upwards makes it possible to scroll down the page. If you want to scroll up, however, then putting those 2 fingers in the middle, you glide the fingers downward and that scrolls up the page. For this demonstration though, I want to scroll down. So I'll put the 2 fingers in the middle of the phone, glide them upwards, and that will scroll down my screen.
Showing items 3 to 14 of 14.
I will now put my finger down, find and tap on Customize Gestures.
Customize gestures in list.
Here is Customize Gestures. I'll tap here to activate Customize Gestures.
Customize gestures. Navigate up button out of list.
I am on the customization page of the gestures. What we will do now is to change our granularity to the headings granularity. As I have indicated several times, my preferred method of changing granularities is to swipe up and down in one fluid movement to change the granularities. You can also swipe down with 3 fingers or swipe from left to right or right to left to change your granularities. I will now using that scrubbing up and down movement with 1 finger to circle through my granularities.
Paragraphs.
It says paragraphs, and I know that headings is above that, so I'll swipe down then up to go back up to headings.
Headings.
There's the headings. Now whether you use the 1 finger or the 3 finger method, we now need to use just 1 finger to move through the different headings. I will now swipe down with 1 finger until I hear it say something about the 2 fingers heading. I'll now swipe down.
1 finger heading in list.
Swipe down again.
1 finger back and forth heading.
Swipe down again.
1 finger angle heading. Showing items 7 to 16 of 51.
I'll swipe down again.
2 fingers heading. Showing items 16 to 26 of 51.
Here is our 2 finger heading. The item we're looking for here is the 3rd entry underneath this heading. I have already discussed the first 2 items. The first one was to pause during reading, which is just simply tapping with 2 fingers. And the second one was in installment 32, which I talked about earlier, and that's the double tapping with 2 fingers to pause, play, or resume media. The next one that we're going to be talking about is the 3rd one in the entry, and that's the one that we double tap and then hold. Here's what I'm talking about.
Double tap and hold with 2 fingers, start or end selection mode.
That's the one we're after. Double tapping and holding invokes the starting or the ending of the selection mode. In other words, if you're in an edit field and you want to enter the selection mode, then you double tap and hold. I'll exit out of here, go bring up the Google Keep Notes for example, and type a little something and demonstrate to you what I'm talking about. I'll now navigate my way home.
Pixel Launcher.
I will now bring up the assistant and ask it to open the Google Keep Notes. Open Keep Notes.
Open navigation drawer. Search your notes. Keep.
I am now in my Keep Notes. I will tap on the New Text note at the bottom right.
New text note button.
Go ahead and tap here.
Note open. Editing. Note. Edit box.
Upon tapping on the New Text note, I am directly placed in an edit field of the main body of the note. I will now use a voice dictation by tapping on the voice input.
Capital P. Out of list. Voice input. Stop voice typing.
Hello and welcome to episode 71 of the Blind Android Users Podcast, period. New paragraph. This is demonstrating the selection and the ending of the selection mode, period. New paragraph. As I indicated, comma, this is just a test, comma, therefore, comma, I will stop this voice dictation, period. I double tap to stop the voice dictation. I will now put my finger down to see if indeed it captured what I just voice dictated. Here I go.
Editing. Hello and welcome to episode 71 of the Blind Android Users Podcast. This is demonstrating the selection and the ending of the selection mode. As I indicated, this is just a test, therefore, I will stop this voice dictation. Edit box, note for note body.
There was my voice dictation. I will now enter the selection mode by double tapping with two fingers and holding.
Selection mode on.
I am told that selection mode is on. Now, I would like to go to the beginning of my page, or in other words, go to the top of the document. I will now tap with three fingers so that I could go and tap on the actions and tell it to move my cursor to the beginning of the document. So in other words, I'm going to bring up the TalkBack menu, tap on actions, and then tap on move cursor to beginning. I could also invoke my gesture, which would take me to the actions. So it all depends on how you have yours set up. I think I'll just invoke my gesture, which is swiping left and right in one fluid movement.
Actions, out of list.
There is my actions. In other words, I am now in the list where I could find the move cursor to the beginning, which is the first item here. I'll move my finger down.
Move cursor to beginning, in list.
Now tap here.
Hello and welcome to episode 71 of the...
That takes me to the top of my document and places me on the beginning of the document. And now I will change my granularity to the word granularity so that I'll select a word at a time. I'll swipe up and down to get to word granularity.
Lines. Words.
I am now in words. Now that I am in the word mode, all I need to do now is to swipe down to select a word at a time.
Hello, selected.
Hello is selected. Swipe down again.
And, selected.
Swipe down.
Welcome, selected.
Swipe down.
2, selected.
Swipe down.
Episode, selected.
Swipe down.
71, selected.
And I'm going to stop here. Now, if I double tap and hold, that will end the selection mode and will tell me what the selected words are. Here I go.
Selection mode off. Selected text. Hello and welcome to episode 71.
There is the words that I just selected. I could copy this, cut this, or do whatever. That's how you go about using the selection mode or the ending of the selection mode. Now, if your phone for some reason does not support multi-finger gestures, hope is not lost because you can still activate the TalkBack menu and go tap on Actions and then go tap on Start/End and selection mode, and then changing your granularities like I just did. Select what you want and then go back into the TalkBack menu and choose the copy. That's how you will do that if your phone does not have the multi-finger gestures. I believe that I had demonstrated this some time ago for one of our episodes. And that's the double tapping and holding to select or end selection mode.